They're 6'8", 6'10". They can all muscle or whatever. Right? Kind of weird. Again, whether there's anything to it, I don't know. Are all these people nuts? I don't know. Did they tell you about the one that I watched the video the other day? I'll send you the link to it. I want to see these weird videos like it was two guys driving to work. The guy that owns the company and his workers. Normally the guy that owns the company drives, but he didn't feel good. It said, I saw oh, reaching up in a tree 8 or 10 feet. That was I saw my driver, he was actually looking at the speed or something. He looked up, and at that time he hit the brakes. They both saw it changed from an elk to a real Bigfoot. He's estimated 9 feet tall, and then within a second or two, it shrunk right down to an orangutan. And they both saw that, and then it shrunk down even more into like a ball, and then the ball was either went into a ball, and then it might even went into a square shape, and it was off the ground, hovering off the ground, and then it was like a cartoon where it just stretched out, and then the back end flew across the road down into the ditch. They sounded pretty genuine. For sure, you know, get on a video or something. I don't know what people are thinking about, but they told a lot of different people about it, and everybody sort of thinks he's probably telling the truth. That's been another thing where other people have said just changed right in front of them. Right, you know. There's both that Willis also said things. They're shape shifted. They can change to look like that flower. You don't know, and it could be a 10-footer. All of a sudden, he's the size of this aloe vera. Most who know that they're really doing it, but even in the description in the Wikipedia about the Philippine capri, which is their version of it, which is also a 9-foot tall. It was pretty big in the Philippines compared to people up in the mountains in Luzon. They're saying that it's really it's gonna be a joker, you know. Just walk with you and shit. Willis says they can turn into vapor and just go right under your door, you know, or open it. Did I tell you about Marife in the door the other day? Yes. Right after we started taking pictures and start finding the shit, Marife was outside taking a shower by the tank. Oh, and the pebble thing? No, yes, taking a pebble there. She ran in the house. This would have been not this Monday, but last Monday. I think they had a overnight prayer meeting on some island. Oh. And when she comes home, she goes and lays on her bench in the kitchen instead of trying to wake me up or something like that. At 6 o'clock in the morning, she was laying there pretty much asleep, and the kitchen door opened up all the way up and then closed, and she opened her eyes up and then figured it was me, you know. And then 30 seconds later, the dogs went off in a fucking howling fucking jag. They're all howling and not bark. They barked for a second and they start fucking howling all together. It just pierces your ears. And when I got up, I went down and said, "Hey, what you doing?" She goes, "You opened the door a couple hours ago?" Got up at 8:30 here. I slept late today. There was someone opened the kitchen door up, and then the dogs went crazy. And I said, I wonder what it was, because if anyone would have been in the yard, the dogs would have went berserk barking. Right. Anybody walking across or even coming out of the woods, they're pretty much, they hear the twig break. They're fucking, there's 7 of them. There's one of them looking at. Once one barks, they all go crazy. Anybody even comes near the yard, and so they start barking out and there. The things start. Oh yeah, well they start howling and stuff. Yeah. My friend from England, Sonny, he said that when the dogs go on the big howling jig together, they saw something. They saw something like a spirit or something, not a people, because the people they'd be barking like crazy. We call it a spirit. And he went into hypnosis a couple times, and went back in different lifetimes that he was in and shit like that. He was telling me all about the different lifetimes that he had, which is but maybe not.
Right.
You know. And
well, they say there's like 13 dimensions.
Oh yeah, it's all kinds of dimensions, all kinds of shit.
So I mean, any of this stuff is totally possible.
So then Sonny also told me hundreds of times in his lifetime.
Make a shout out to Kuya in California. Sorry, God. My sister Emma, bro Brian. To all our friends. Hi. Taray. Ruth, water the flower. Look at the flower. Oh no. Sad. See ya. Need water. Come on, guy. Kalamungay. Lami kaayo. Ay, nabasa. Kuan tinuwa nga isa. Lami kaayo. Kalami anak.
That's right. We're supposedly it moved from there to a mango tree half.
Dot kaayo. Inunin pasinawan data. Ang dahon. Yung pahiran. Yung kabulakan. Flowers in the garden. Flowers in the garden. Ampi kanta ay. Yes, sa kubol ay dalan. La la la.
Siding the house there. Two bedrooms.
To live in the mountain. Lots of fruits. Mga flowers. Flowers.
I think there's some more mango trees still left there. The giant was there that Patrick
Garden.
front door. A couple times he saw a glowing
Hi.
glowing ball.
Ang unsa man? Oh, ang bunga. Para sa manok. Hala, tata daghan ba mi ing anak gagmating nang gitin. Asa imo ipabutang kap? Gas. Imo dai ang linya di anak ta anak. Ade, abot. Mahabog na tata oy. Adto na lang to. Ning tupong guys among atop ang ing anak. Dapat amo lang nagtatambak. I don't know why they're eating their carving. Di ay ka nag-iuhaw. I think.
Sila pre.
Oh, ning kuan siya kay.
Starting.
Thirsty.
Let's go home, huh?
Oh. Bougainvillea, nice kaayo.
So you had a couple coconut trees up there. Did you plant those?
Ask the uncle to plant it properly.
Like, dig a hole and you set it in it.
Put fertilizer.
Dig a hole and set it in it, cover it up with dirt. I got a bunch of them at the house that I started moving my chicken pens around trying to get to the. I adjusted it. Run broilers. Yeah. What was really cool was I raised broilers for about 6 years, and I would buy 15 or 20 every week. And I had six pens, a little bitty pen for the babies, medium sized pen for them to get a little bigger. Then I'd spread them out around the other pens, and I'd always have 1 or 2 pens that they're cut in half full of great, after a month and a half or so, great big fucking eaters,
Right.
you know. And then I just keep rotating around. I did that for like 6 years, and we had lots of chicken. And Philip started doing it. I got out of. I think we were broke. I think that was the problem. I couldn't afford to feed anymore. And he started selling them, or he started growing them for himself, basically, in parties and shit. Again, I found out a couple things about him too that I'm not saying nothing bad about him, but go to parties at his house, and when he had growing broilers, he'd come out in the morning and find a dead one. He'd cut it open and see if it's green in it. It wasn't green. He'd clean it, put it in the freezer. And that was the party meat shit. I was like, wow, thank God for that. But I go up there and when he started selling them, he was selling them for like 125 a kilo, and they're 300 something in the store, and they're nice. You're getting a nice big, maybe a 4-pound bird from them, and it's costing you 200 pesos or whatever. It's really cheap. And I bought bird for a long time. Got some camellos from Beth.
Mm.
Cool.
Yeah, I told Ruth to buy some, but give one a week or something.
You can buy one.
Yeah.
I don't know anybody around here that's growing them. Here's the problem. Everybody that grows them here, they put antibiotics. And we're talking about the other day. They put antibiotics in with their food all the time, and I'm either allergic to antibiotics or the bacteria, like in the store or in those rotisserie places. Because most times they're so cool,
Right.
not shit, not cold at all. I mean, I get sick really bad, cramps and diarrhea. Back home in Dubuque, my neighbor lady, 80-some-year-old lady, taught me how to cook chickens in the oven, make gravy and all that stuff. And I go to the store and I buy a roaster, I put it in, eat it, fucking delicious. 2 hours later, I feel cramped up, diarrhea and shit. So it has to be from the antibiotics and the bacteria, right? Because when I raise mine, I don't put anything in it. I lost 3 out of 20 so far already. They're just not as big as the other ones. They're not making it. I got one more that's going to die here probably tomorrow or the next day. Actually, I should take that one. It's a little ball. I should take that, throw it in a crock pot or something. Make something for her. She doesn't care. You know what a Cornish game hen is?
Right.
It's a bird about yay big.
Right.
All that is a small broiler.
Right.
It's not the thing that can't. It's somewhere in the world there's Cornish game hen. Right. The ones in the stores are just smaller broilers. But we pick a bird. We're gonna have chicken. I pick a bird. Are you ready? I pick a bird. I chop its head off on a block. Let it flip around for a couple minutes. She takes it to the sink, soaks it down with water all over the feathers, and I show her how to break the skin on the chest and peel the feathers right off. You skin them in about 30 seconds.
Right.
She cuts the breast off, cuts the thighs and the legs off, and cuts the backbone off of it. The thighs and the backbone go in one bag, and she cuts my things up into little cubes, throws them in the pan, and cooks them. And I've never had the slightest bit of problem, or with any of Philip's birds, because he doesn't believe in antibiotics either. Right. And absolutely delicious. And the funny thing about it is you put that bird. She puts just a spoonful of oil in the pan and cooks that breast all chopped up. It winds up being about this much water in the pan. Right. It must be all coming out of the meat or something like that. It must be totally hydrated or whatever they are. And it's kind of it's kind of weird, but delicious. And then have that with a plate of rice. And some days even get lucky enough to have a plate of potatoes with it. Holy fuck! But chicken and just a plate of rice is delicious. Right. And it's so tender. I don't think Philip's raising chickens right this second. He's got about 30 or 40 chickens up there. Native chickens running around. He'd probably sell you a chicken or two if you wanted. They're not near as big.
Yeah, that's the key. I don't make soup out of that.
That's okay.
All right.
The big old hens that are.
She tries to eat it. I'm like, I'm not eating this stuff. It's like eating rubber.
Oh yeah, because they're running around. Yeah. So that's why you keep them in a pen so they can't walk around.
Right.
Same thing with a cow. If you can keep a cow penned up and raise them his whole entire life without letting them walk you around the thing at all, you got the softest, best beef. Imagine the guy that used to own the rice mill right back behind your house. There's some old corrals back there, and he keep four cows all the time.
Sa kabila na ating pagkukulang, yaya niya.
Oh, maybe the manure went down there. Yeah, because this was all garden and weeds and shit here. You know, that's it. Yeah, he had a couple little gardens back. Ready to go? Yeah. Wow.
Waiting for you. Wa pa lagi siga niyang kuan tala pa man. Ah. Sakto.
Roads. Because you watch it's pretty popular. Like I call it an acorn squash. Yeah. Hey Ruth,
Hi.
take your hose out in the sun tomorrow.
Why?
Let it get warm.
So that it will be scented?
And then you can wind it up real easy.
Ah, okay. I will follow
It's,
that.
I ain't getting it. Yeah, I bought this hose. Or smaller. No, what do we bought this? Because able to get to there. Yeah, gonna water this right here. And then I went to get that done. There. So this is a smaller hose. Because they didn't have the same hose there. I never got the same hose when I wanted to do anything. Bend it or they're all crap hose. It's not like you can go in there and say like plastic. Yeah. It's not like you can go in there and say you can use hose that I used to get 5/8 inch hose, and then the last time I went, I must have got a 1/2 inch hose because all my 5/8 won't fit into it. I think that's what that is. Probably 1/2 inch. Yeah. And the hose that I got, my friend Jerry gave us the hose. I don't even remember what size. Three-quarter inch hose is the best. You buy one of those back home, you can throw it in your suitcase.
Dere, oh.
Bring it back.
Mo imagi kulat.
The end thing. Right. I think these type holes. Outside. To buy a quick clip or something like that, or whatever you want. Buying a battery. All that. Batteries aren't allowed on plane. Oh yeah. Make sure it's discharged. Need more hose?
Yeah, but it's fine.
Hose thing on here because when these guys did this water, I said, hey, you guys put 2 water spouts on there. I had to put the one in the back. And I bought a metal for those plastic ones. I mean, I still have one back. When it comes to the faucets and stuff like that, then buy the 500 peso ones. Way better than the 100 peso ones. The same with outlets and stuff like that. Buy the best ones they got. The best ones are crap. Right. And the worst ones are absolute garbage. The hardware store here in the mall is actually quite good too. It actually has a lot of stuff in it. Has a lot of vices and machines and stuff. For the shop. And, I'm buying. Set aside my order. Bad. He has all the my brother started out, him and his buddy bought a crate from Home Depot. And that's all it had was really return back. That's all they do is they throw the stuff in there. And you could buy crates. Yes. Well, they bought like 2 crates. They made like $2,000 on it. Wow. They got the
was before I lived here. I would have got stuff here, but they had zippers and guns and saws.
Love that.
Table saws.
I had all that stuff at home. I couldn't take with. I didn't know about the Valley Vine box back then.
Right.
No one bothered telling me about it.
Yeah, my buddy was asking me before I left if I wanted to get
3x3 box, like 3 foot stalls, $140. Then it takes 5 or 6 months to get here. No big deal. And go LBC, cardboard about that thick and box. Never had one that come.
Right.
The thing is that.
Oh,
Put anything in except for drugs and guns.
right.
Yeah.
That's what I did. I put my